Today we're going to see if we can't bring this old Dell Latitude XT2 back from pretty much graveyard dead. Okay, so this is a Dell Latitude XT2. It's a 12-inch. It's a mini type. I guess you could say it was one of the first type that you could like make. It's not quite a 2-in-1, but it's sort of like a convertible type laptop where you can make it a tablet. It does have a touchscreen. It is pretty flexible in what it can do, but it's older. It's from about 2011 or 2012, and it has 2 whole cores in it of a, I don't even know if it's a Core 2 Duo. I think it is. It's a Core 2 Duo. It's like a U9600 or something. A whole 2 cores, 2 threads, that's it. And something that I hadn't seen very often, which is a 1.8-inch HDD. And I had to actually find one of those. And it actually goes back here behind the battery. Now, if you've seen my short, you might have seen that there was inside where the battery goes, there's a little space where that hard drive goes. Now, to get this to work properly and take the place of that small HDD, it's got a different adapter on it. It's got like an not really an M2. That's the adapter we had to get. It's a mini SATA or a micro SATA adapter. It's different from your standard 2.5 or 3.5. So we had to get something that would adapt from that to M.2. Well, to get one of those, I would have to order it from overseas, and I don't know how long it would take. So what we did is we used 2 different adapters. We used that micro SATA, or the one going to the hard drive itself. We used an M SATA adapter for that. Then we had to get an M SATA or M SATA to the M.2 adapter. Now this is a SATA drive. This is a 128 gig SATA drive that we had to put into here and put that adapter into the other adapter and then put in here in the battery compartment. And backing up just a bit, we did put Windows 10 on the little micro HDD. It took, with all the updates and all that stuff and the thumbstick I have for it, or the thumb drive I have for it for Windows 10, it took an entire day to get all the drivers, updates, and all that stuff. It really, honestly took about 6 or 7 hours to try to do this. When I went ahead and copied everything over to the SATA, obviously I couldn't find a way to clone it. It was too bulky. It did come, believe it or not, one of those adapters did come with the USB adapter, but it wouldn't recognize it. So I couldn't try to clone it. I had to go ahead and reinstall Windows 10 all over again, but it only took about probably just under 2 hours to do it the second time. Now, does this thing automatically become a powerhouse and just go outdo itself? Now, it's faster. Now, there were also some other problems that came with this. It was on its very first version of BIOS. And even though it's way out of commission, it still made its way up to an A15 BIOS. So we had to try to install that or get that on here. And we did. The other thing was, because of the original BIOS, it only saw memory up to 1066 megahertz. So we had to try to figure out what we could about getting more memory in there. There's 1 gig of soldered RAM, and then 1 slot available that it could take up to 4 more. All right, so I did get this thing to take a 4 gig DIMM, 4 gig SODIMM that was clocked at 1600, but since I updated the BIOS from A01 to A15, I can now get 1333. Oops. I can now get 1333. It's not getting the full 1600, but at least it's seeing the memory, and I've got 5 gig, which is the most that this laptop can take. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now we get to run a few other tests to see, what's going on. Now we will eventually probably move this over to Linux, and we'll explore more of that later. But I just want to see what it's going to do with Windows right now. Okay, so before the memory and all that stuff, and BIOS upgrade and all that good stuff, I was getting a grand total of 80 as a score on Cinebench R15. Guess what I'm getting now? Oh yeah, that's 80. Same exact thing. I'm going to try R20 because now I've got 5 gig of memory, and the minimum on R20 was 4, so it would not run before, but maybe it will now. So that did it some good favors, and of course that's what made it into a powerhouse, right?
I like turtles.
No, no. Before the upgrades, before anything was done, and on the old HDD, we had to run R15 on it, Cinebench R15, because it didn't have enough memory to run R20, which is my normal go-to for older machines. I usually run Cinebench R20. This got a whole whopping 80 points. Keep in mind, 2 cores, older thing. At this point, it's a 15-year-old laptop, 14 or 15-year-old laptop. It got a whopping score of 80. After the upgrades to the new SATA SSD and putting 4 more gig of memory in there, it got a whopping 80. Yeah, it matched exactly. It didn't make any difference. It was still 80. However, I could then run Cinebench R20 where it got like 170 something. So this is not going to win any awards. However, we did bring it back to life. We do have it where it starts up much quicker now. Updates are much faster on it. Before all the changes, the struggle was real on this thing. You would click on something or you would try to open something and it would take several seconds to even acknowledge that you clicked on something. And now it's quite a bit snappier. It's not going to run any better, but now at least the problem that we have is with the CPU being the bottleneck instead of the hard drive or something like that. So it is going to operate better. It's not going to win any awards. It's not going to be great. But yeah, as far as how it runs, it's much faster. It's much better. And I can't be upset. But we are able to save this thing and get some use out of it. And depending, emails, web browser, something like that, I can shop on Amazon if I wanted to with it. I could use it as a tablet. It's probably, honestly, slower than the tablet I already do have now, which also I believe has 2 cores. It might have 4. I don't know. But yeah, it's not too slow coming up now. It does connect to the Wi-Fi. Everything works pretty well on it. I'm not going to do anything trying to upgrade anything else on it, though. It doesn't make sense to me to upgrade the battery. The battery health of the battery is not that good. It doesn't make sense to me to try to upgrade it. I'm not going to upgrade the Wi-Fi in this. I'm not going to do any more than what I've already done, which is put that SSD in there. I already had that SATA, the M.2 SATA SSD, so I went ahead and slapped that in. That's the only real use that I had for that short SATA. I actually bought that for a Chrome box that did not work out, so I had it left over and got some adapters and put it in here. I already had that, so I put that in. There's no sense in trying to upgrade anything else. It's not even running warm enough for me to worry about trying to take it apart and repaste the CPU or anything. It's just not worth it. It does just fine. It's going to be fine. And yeah, if nothing else, like I said, I can go ahead and use it as a tablet. But my tablet's already better than this. Yeah, it's just going to be something fun to... Maybe I can use it as a picture frame. That'd be all right. Just use it as a picture. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, I'll find something to use for it. Or I'll sell it or donate it, do whatever. It's not going to be much, but it is something, however odd, that can be repaired and brought back to life. So there you go. Yeah, this whole video was brought about because I was working and I just found it odd that I had to use 2 different adapters to try to replace a hard drive with a SATA. And the short did fairly well, so I figured I'd make a follow-up video to let everybody know what happened to it. It works. It actually really, really works. Yeah, I don't know what else you can say about it. If you got anything out of the video, found it helpful, or just found it interesting or odd, go ahead and throw a like on it if you don't mind. If you're not subscribed, please do. Trying to make our way to 2,000 and 3,000 and beyond. That'd be amazing and wonderful, and I would appreciate your help. Don't forget to visit the socials. But if you don't do anything else, if you don't do any of that stuff, like subscribe, socials, or whatever, do me at least one favor, and that's just be good to each other. Smile, wave, hold the door open. Just little things like that. Say good morning. You never know what effect you can have on somebody else's day, and it might even have a good effect on your day too. So until the next time, I'm going to get myself into something I got no business getting into, and there's more stuff out there like this. Not the laptops, but other stuff. And yeah, so until I get into it, that's all I got. So I'll see you later. Oh, and this thing also has a touch pen. Of all things, and it's still here.